Hey, welcome back here. Continuing to dive into the subtopics of Step 3 of the Wealth Steps Order of Operations of the Asset Protection chapter. So, a lot of this stuff is really overlooked, and it's overlooked because insurance is boring. And talking about insurance is boring. Learning the terminology of insurance is boring. I stumbled across a website the other day that was specifically for life insurance glossary. It was a life insurance glossary. So basically every little confusing term that you could think about life insurance was inside of this glossary. Well, think about that on a much larger scale of, well, you got life insurance, home insurance, auto insurance, disability insurance, short-term disability insurance, long-term disability insurance, employer group insurance, group life insurance, term insurance, return of premium term insurance, whole life insurance, universal life insurance, guaranteed universal life insurance, variable universal life insurance. You get the picture. So there's so many different topic areas inside of the insurance conversation. And this is the reason why you see a lot of insurance agencies only focus on like 2 or 3 lines of insurance max. So a lot of times you'll see a financial professional that does insurance as they do auto, home, and business insurance. And the reason why is because those topics alone are very tedious to understand. They're difficult to explain whenever it comes time to file a claim, and you have to look through all of the different contract terminologies inside of what's going to get paid out, why is it going to get paid out, why is this claim denied. And to me, my personal opinion is the insurance piece, the risk management piece of your entire financial planning profile is a much more important area than the investment management piece. And you say, well, investment management, that's like what people go to for advice about investments, and people pay a lot of money to have their investments managed. And I don't disagree, but there's a lot less focus on sort of elevating the investment professional over the insurance professional. And so my perspective is that you as the consumer, you have to understand all of these different areas, not just personal finance related, but also the financial industry areas of all the different areas. And that way you can understand how they get paid, how they're compensated, what risk it is to you, because it's not just about what policy they sell or what type of financial professional they are. It's also about managing your risk as the consumer of is this individual over leveraged in one specific area of their business? Like, what do I mean by that? Well, you cannot be a jack of all trades, master of none, but you can master a couple different areas. So whenever I talk about the insurance agencies, a lot of times you'll see the health insurance agencies not do auto and home insurance, and there's a good reason for that. A lot of the health insurance will do stuff like under 65 policies or over 65 policies like Medicare and the different ancillary products that go with that. So me as the consumer, in my insurance situation, what I do is I segregate out the insurance professionals to where, I'm going to have somebody do my auto and home, but that same individual is probably not going to be doing my life and health or my disability. And the reason why is it's too much from an insurance perspective. There's too many things that you have to master and understand. There's too many lines of insurance business that you as the consumer will probably never do the due diligence on, because it's not your job. You're outsourcing that to the insurance professional. But ultimately what you have to do whenever I talk about your financial castle, managing your risk, we're trying to do this throughout your entire financial planning process, throughout the entire Wealth Steps Order of Operations. We have to manage your emotions. We have to manage, death. We have to manage disability. We have to manage disease. We have to manage economic circumstances. And so you can see on the screen here if you're watching YouTube. So how do we manage your emotions? Well, that goes into step 1 of the Wealth Steps Order of Operations, where it's the mindset shift. We're getting our minds prepared for different things that could go wrong, may not go wrong, but hopefully they don't go wrong. We're preparing for the financial consequences of losing the income of a earning spouse. If they were to pass away prematurely, well, how do you do that? Well, that's where life insurance comes into the picture at. Or let's just say you didn't pass away prematurely, but you have a severe health issue, and then that causes a long-term disability. So how are we preparing for that risk? Well, we're having 6 months of savings in an account somewhere. Or some type of disease that comes in completely unexpected. There's so many different financial consequences that can come through all these different areas that there's only so much protection you can do. If maybe if you were a multi-millionaire, you would have the best of all insurance policies out there. But the reality is we have to choose what areas of risk and what areas we want to offset that risk by paying an insurance company a premium. So if you work through the basic financial planning steps with me, then we're going to cover all of these. But if you're working on your own and you're a DIYer, you have to figure these out on your own. So that's part of these educational classes, and it's part of the resources here available for you. So that's it for figuring out, what is your risk profile? What risks are you willing to insure and pay for? What risks are you willing to keep on yourself, knowing that if there wasn't some type of event that take place, you are going to cover that financially? So that's up to you. You have to make that decision on your own. If you want to bounce ideas off of somebody else, then ultimately you can do that. You can reach out to me. Happy to have those conversations. So, some of these insurance products I personally feel are a waste of money. But that ultimately is not the goal of the financial industry. The goal of the financial industry is to make a profit. And that's the reason why they've created these financial products, to make money, put money in their pocket. You have to figure it out as the consumer. Do you need it or do you not need it? So we'll talk about more in the next couple episodes, working through the third step in the Wealth Steps Order of Operations, asset protection.